And thank you all for joining us as we're here for the junior varsity portion of tonight's volleyball competition, Havasu versus Desert Edge. Havasu versus Desert Edge. Desert Edge getting the point. During the mixed confusion there in the beginning, they realized they didn't have line judges, and our two seniors, who were having senior night in honor of our varsity game, stepped up and said they'd be happy to do line judges for their last time. And you can see them in the corners with the black sashes saying senior. Score for the Knights. Knights tie it up 2-all. Attempted dig for the Knights. Not able to quite do it. Knights get the ball back with a serve, 3-4. That's going to be an ace for the ladies. And you see their traditional cheer in the center. And thank you all for joining us as the JV action. JVB up, our freshman. Temporary clearing of the JVA and varsity players on that, so as not to interfere with the ball or get hit. Safety issue right there. Again, thank you for joining us. Mike, thanks for joining us again. Mike, we can count on you being here every time we go live. 9-7 Scorpions advantage against our freshman Knights team. That one's coming out here. As Lady Scorpions move up 10-7 here at game 1, best 2 out of 3 series. Freshman squads out on the floor at the moment. You're live with Havasu Online TV. Sean's on the camera. We're on the mic and the backdrop. Great volley by the Scorpions and the Knights there. Just can't get it back over the nets, and the Scorpions now move up 7-11. And that one's declared out, and the Scorpions move up 12-7, and the coach is going to call a timeout. So we're going to be right back with some messages after these commercial sponsors. You're with Havasu Online TV for Senior Night here at the arena.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the Train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
And we're back. Scorpions back on serve. Ace by the Scorpions, taking it up 13-7. Great defense at the net there by the Scorpions. They've now doubled the lead, 14-7 against the Lady Knights. Live here at the arena, senior night, honoring our 3 seniors as they get ready to take the home court advantage one last time. Knights getting the ball back, 7-15. Out for the Knights, and the Knights pull up 18-15. Scorpions pulling the lead. 17-9. 25 team number here.
That's too serious. Nice team to go on a streak here, and they are doing it at the moment. Good pass into the net, didn't go over. Ball turned over. Scorpions taking the advantage, 19-13. Scorpions, 20-13. Scorpions now only need 5. Nice to get the ball back. Timeout. We'll be back with these messages.
From the arena, Knights 13, Scorpions 21.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
And we're back as the Knights trail 13-21, game 1, JV freshman volleyball. Bounced off the chest a little awkwardly, trying to get it over on 3. Does do it. And the Knights pull it within 14-21. Knights trying to make sure they keep a good advantage, not letting it go. Scorpions have dominated and kept the lead this whole time. Knights trying to bring it back. That one's going to roll to the back. – 15-21. Knights on serve as soon as the ball comes back. Taking its own time. Bounced off a few feet getting there. Knights not able to actually get a kill shot, put that up pretty high. It's going to set it up, and into the net it goes. Knights now 16-21, pulling within 5. And that does sail long. Scorpions are going to get the ball back, 22-16. 25 is game. They need to quickly get it back. Pushes it over. There's the set. Knights looking for the shot. Rolling backwards, and the Knights getting excited as they bring it up to 17-22. And that one's going to sail long. And the Knights move up 18-22. Camera battling Sean a little bit there. We apologize. And you hear the Knights fans rallying up. Substitutions going in. 12 for 9. 19-23 the score. Scorpions with the serve. And that's out. And the Knights bring it now 20-23. They still got a ball game going. Quick retrieval of the ball. Knights ready to serve. Knights looking to go on a 5-point streak to win this. Losing any ball is going to give it game point to the Scorpions. Official call, that one to the Scorpions. That was out. 24-20. The Knights now, every point is game point. Knights must win it back here and then defend each one for the next 6. And that's going to hit the line as signaled. That's an ace. That ends the first one, 25-20. We'll be back for game 2 of the volleyball best of 3 series. Knights versus the Scorpions. We'll be back.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, we thank you all for joining us. We're back now for game 2. As our scorekeepers reset the score. Scorpions get the first point. Great rally by both squads. That one was saved in. Off the side of the wrist goes wide. Scorpions now up 2-0. That one falls just short. Knights get the ball back 1-0. 1-2. Knights with a serve. 3 shots, goes long. And the Knights pull ahead, or pull to tie 2-2. I want to thank you all for joining us. Whether you're a Scorpions fan or a Knights fan, go ahead and let the ladies see it in the chat as they do go back and watch these streams. Let them know who you're cheering for. Whether it's both sides, either is fine. We do know both will be watching this stream. And we thank you for joining us, cheering on the freshmen. As even in the production studio, we got talking today that our seniors that we will be honoring tonight actually were our first streams as freshmen. So it's going to be quite a transition for us. We're going to be a little sentimental for that too. Scorpions dip it over, but the Knights defend it. We saw a strong freshman action on the last team defending it. Knights now up 4-2. Spike by the Knights, and it hits right, and the Knights now move up 5-2. So the Knights in game 1 were trailing, have come out of the half very dominant, and have taken the lead largely. Just got past the defense there. Scorpions get the ball back 5-3. Scorpions now with the serve. You see the Scorpions coach up there talking instruction through. You also see our seniors. Score by the Scorpions there. As I was saying, you see our seniors who are doing the line duty. As they switched out with the juniors, the seniors stepped in, took the first game, kind of in honor of doing it before. But definitely stick with us. We will break from doing the JV games and start a new stream. And in that new stream, we of course will be showing our Lady Knights senior presentations. Knights move up 6-4. There's a set with a spike off the side of the hand, though not going to get over. Knights now move up 7-4. As we said, a tale of two games. If you watch the first one, it was the Scorpions that dominated. We're indoors, but it almost looks like a court advantage. stuck in the net on that one on the Knights. Scorpions close within 2. Keeping it in, setting it up from the back line. That one goes long. Knights move up 8-5. Scorpions now trailing 8-6. Scorpions with the save, setting it up. Knights with the dig. Bring it over on 2. Scorpions were ready. There's the set and the spike, and it just tips over the line and goes over. Scorpions now close it within 1. Knights have to win the ball back here, or we're looking at a tie game. Knights with the save. There's the set. Miscommunication. And sure enough, the Scorpions have tied it up 8 apiece. Again, huge thank you to all of you joining us in chat, and you can also watch us not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope. But we are watching the chat right now on Facebook, and again, we want to thank you all for joining us here tonight. We know you could be doing many other things on a Thursday night, but thank you for joining us for LHHS Sports Action. So the score 9-8. The Knights had dominated and had a definite lead. Now only a lead by 1. Substitutions 11 in for 9. As the Knights get ready to serve. Oh, just off the palm of that one. Now the game's tied 9-9. Imperative for the Knights to get the ball back here. Ace on that serve. Scorpions move up 10-9. Knights bring it over on 3. There's the bump, the set. Scorpions ready. Again, that one just falls short of the net, and the Knights are now trailing by 2, 9-11. Just cleared the net. Over on the third one, and finds a sweet spot. Almost as if the Scorpions have let load into self-security, thinking they already had that one. And instead, the Knights find that empty zone, get the point back, trailing by 1, now on the serve. Good communication there. Scorpions bring it over. There's the set. And the spike, and the Knights move up again, tied 11-11. And we've got ourselves a ball game. Again, this is the JVB, also known as the freshman team. Knights ready on the serve. Game point is at 25, so both well on their way there. Unable to get it over on the third bounce. Goes to the Scorpion side. Scorpions now take the serve back over. 12-11. Just saw in the chat room that Aaron Bracamani has joined us. Longtime alumni. Great to see you watching. That one's going to be an ace as that goes out. Scorpions now move up 13-11. Putting it over on 3. Nice with the bump. Pushing that one over on the second one. Awful high though. Gives the Scorpions time to get under it. Knight's able to defend that. Great dig by the Scorpions there. Bringing it over on the third bump. There's a set. Knight up for the spike. Uses the touch. Gets over the front line, but returned by the Scorpions. And it finds Purchase in the area. Scorpions now move up 14-11. Scorpions on the serve. Good dig by the Knights. Putting it over in the third one, but that one's going to sell long. And the Scorpions now move up by 4, 15-11. Knights need to calm themselves down and get back into the rhythm that they had at the beginning of the game. There's the set. Just too close to the net. Couldn't give her partner anything to do with it. Knights now trail 16-11. Out on that one. So signal from the coach's side from Havasu, trying to call a timeout. And they have it. So we'll be right back with messages from our local sponsors. You're watching Havasu Online TV.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
All right, we're back after the timeout. And that was it. Iced the server, as Brian says. And the Knights get the ball back 12-17. You'll be able to catch Brian also announcing with me on the Varsity game as we rescue him from his work to come out and join us. Knights having to chase that one backwards. That's going to have the ball. We'll go back to the Scorpions. Scorpions now move up 12-18. Remember, this is the best of 3 series. Scorpions won the first one. Now the Knights trailing by 6. Trying to get back the win as well. And that falls in. That's going to be an ace. (12-19). With the serve. That's another ace. Knights now trailing by 8, 20-12. And that one goes along. Knights get the ball back, 13-20. The Knights now need to get on a very big hot streak. Substitution in. You see the lineup by the Knights getting ready. Set, a bump. That's going to be battle up the net. Goes over this time. Bump, the set. Spike from the back line. Set by the Scorpions, having to bump it over. That one all the way from the outside, takes the line over, and the Knights pull that one off. Lady Knights not giving up any inches right now. You hear the crowd and the line get charged about that one. The Knights now trailing 14-20, but that right there was an emotional victory for them right there. You hear the Scorpions bench trying to fire them up. And the Scorpions get it back after a great rally, 21-14. Knights trailing by 7. Scorpions only 4 points away from game point. Scorpions with the serve. Deep hit by the Scorpions. Return, there's a set. Spike going to the back, but returned by the Scorpions. Goes over that front row. And launches it, just impacts on the top of the net. Goes down. Looks like coach is going to call another timeout. We'll be back with more messages from our local sponsors. It's game 2, best out of 3 series. Scorpions versus the Knights.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
All right, so 15-21, or sorry, 14-22 Knights. We'll get that corrected. And the Scorpions now move to 23. That time it did not work. The Knights are hoping to ice the server again. Didn't happen. And the Knights pull it back with 15-23, keeping it out of game point territory. The Knights now need to go on a huge point streak. They've got to do 10 in a row to take it to game point. And that might be a lot to ask of this freshman squad, but we've seen stranger things happen with volleyball. Out is the ruling on that one. 16-23. You can hear the Scorpions bench rallying them up. Serve perfectly in the center. There's the spike. Knights there to return it. Bump, set, spike, tries to go over the back, over the front row, which they do. Puts it back over. Both teams playing very careful and cautious, but still trying to get the win. That one's going to roll backwards to the Knights' advantage. Off of the arm, and the Knights pull it up 17-23. As we said, the Knights were going to have to go on a 10-point winning streak. They've now got 2 of them. 20% of the way there. Still an uphill climb. There's the serve. Knights with the set and the spike. That goes against the net. Goes sideways. Great job. Good defense, but couldn't get it to fall down in front. And we now have 18-23. 3 of the 10 we said that the Knights needed to go on. There's the serve. Stays in bounds. Pulls it out, but can't get it over the net. Good attempt to dig there. Now it's 24-18. Game point in favor of the Scorpions. Scorpions with 3 set. Punch it over. Goes long. Knights needed that break. Goes long, but now the hard part for the Knights is every point for them is in game point danger. Knights have to win every single one to take it to 26. No second chances. With the serve, gets the dig. Knights with the bump, the set. Gingerly tried to put that one away, went for placement. Oh, amazingly off the back of her hand, gets it over. Battle at the net, there's the push over. Both these teams not giving up, not giving an inch. Waiting for the official call. And Scorpion in the net, and Knights get it. And now officially 20-24. They changed the scoreboard on the board, but we'd seen the officials were looking at it. There's the serve. And that one goes long, and the Knights fall 2 games. 25-20 on this third one, on the second one. The freshman Scorpions of Desert Edge defeat the Knights 25-20. We'll be back. We're going to stick with this. JV B or A actions next, the traditional JV squads. So stick with us, and we'll be back with more action here. Havasu Online TV as the Scorpions face the Knights as it's senior night here at the arena.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
So as we thank you as you're joining us now for the Havasu versus Desert Edge Junior Varsity A squad. As we get our bottom third fixed, this is going to be the JVA squad, your traditional junior varsity squad, of Havasu Knights versus Desert Edge Scorpions. Best 2 out of 3. Want to thank all of you for sticking with us in between the startup of the junior varsity A squad and the junior varsity B squad. As the Knights get ready to serve to open this one up. Game 1, best of 3. And that one's going to roll on the side of the Scorpions. Where the Scorpions take back the serve and the point. There's the serve, and that one impacts on the net, giving a free point and the serve back to the Knights. We want to thank our sponsors for the game tonight. Mojave Community College, Mojave Centers for Dermatology and Plastic Surgery, Mercury Air Conditioning and Heating, Mills Brothers Furniture and Sleep Center, Papa John's Pizza. Huge shout out to all of them for helping make this possible and bring this volleyball action to you as we are here celebrating senior night. As the Knights versus the Scorpion, as we're in JV action right now currently. There's the serve. There's a set by the Knights. It's going to be a deep bump over. The front line able to set it up, but that one goes long. And the Knights celebrate that point as they bring it up 2-all. Two walls, the Knights get ready for the serve. That one's going to roll backwards. That was going to be an ace by the Knights. Knights now with the lead, 3-2. There's the serve, deep serve. There's a bump, not really sets a spike. They pull up. Good sight by the Knights as that now is 4-2. Score now 4-2. Knights over the Scorpions. There's the set. Knights almost able to rebound that one. And the Scorpions get the serve back. Now it's 4-3 for the Scorpions. Scorpions on the serve, 3 to serving 4. There's the hit. That's going to be short, and the Knights move up 5-3. Substitution in for the Knights. 6 coming in for number 12. Game 1 for the JV A team, their traditional JV squad. There's the set. Tip over, but a tip right back by number 5 with dominating at the net. Knights move up 6-3. There's the serve, high serve, right in the middle of the court. There's a set, Knights go up, hit the set. Nothing but court on that one. Beautiful shot. And the Knights move up 7-3. Coach for the Scorpions standing next to the line, probably looking to call a timeout here pretty soon. On Havasu side, Coach Lee White also up on the side as well. There's a serve. There's a set. Great defensive play by the Scorpions at the net there. The Scorpions get the point and the serve back. Substitutions coming in. Scorpions now trailing by 3. Game 1. Best 2 out of 3. There's the serve. In the center of the line. Goes for a miss. Can't get it over. Tried to do a little bit of touch. Pulled just too much off of it as the Scorpions now pull to within 2. 7 for 5. There's the serve. Again, but that goes over on the first bump. And the Scorpions not able to communicate to get it back over. Great dig by the Knights there. Ball went over. Scorpions weren't quite expecting it to come back. Scorpions now trailing by 3. Knights take the serve back over 8-5. Great play by the Scorpions. They're setting it up. Knights able to defend. There it is at the net. Great job by the Lady Knights. Lady Knights now moving up 9-5. You can hear the Scorpions bench trying to cheer him up, cheer him on. Serve deep to the back line. There's a bump. It's going to be try south bunt. And again, 4 and 5 just stopping at the line. And here you have it. That's where the timeout's been called by the Scorpions. So, trying to ice Havasu. Scorpions are now trailing 10-5. We'll be back after these messages from our local sponsors.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
So we're back, and it's JV Havasu, 10-5. Timeout didn't cause to take it, but it did give them the advantage. And now the Scorpions get the ball back, 6-10. Trying to look to close this gap. Catches the tip of the net. Knights able to recover. Get it back to the Scorpion side. All the team shouted long on that one. They saw it at the contact point. Knights now move up 11-6. JVA trying to avenge the loss of JVB. JVB fell 2-0 in the series against the freshman squads from both. That one almost made it over the net. Tried to get it back over. That's going to be 4 hits. And the Knights now pull ahead by double. 6-12. Number 22 with the serve for the Knights. That one just impacts on the net. Point given and Scorpions as well as the serve. Scorpions with the hit. Knights with the bump and the set, looking for the spike to get it back. Return and didn't quite get it where they wanted. Knights get the point and the serve back. 13-7. 12 in for number 6. Miscommunication. Caught her, she went up. Knights now move up 14-7. Knights on the serve. Knights chasing that one. Looks like a push. Yes, it's being called as a push, so that's going to bring up. I've been waiting for the official call. Conversation with the officials. And yeah, that is going to go to the Scorpions. So Scorpions get the call, but lose the serve right back. And it's 15-8 now by Havasu. Marnie, thank you for joining us. Patricia also, alumni of the class of 90. Thanks for joining us here for volleyball action. Senior night here. As the Knights junior varsity squad trying to get it back over and do on the third one. Little slow on the call, waiting for the official call. Going for a point for Havasu. Coach calling for a touch. Starts the serve, and that's going to be an ace. 17 for 4 coming in. Scorpions were looking for a touch on the previous call 2 ago. Didn't get it from the officials. That hit all 3 on the way on that shot. Great shot by the Scorpions there. Supposed to be 3 touches, and they got it all on the first slam. 19-17, or 9-17. That one impacts on the net. You saw it in the corner of our screen. Knights get it back. After some hard rallies for the Scorpions to get the serve back, they end up losing it right back to the Knights. Number 11 with the serve. Powerful serve. Sounds like a cannon on our end. Dig by the Knights. Battle at the net. There's a dig save. Going to put it over on the third. Scorpions there. 2 bumps for the slam. Keep it in play. Bringing it over on the third one. That one's going deep. That one also returned back to the center. Tip over the front line. And that one's out. That one goes by way of the Scorpions. 10-18 now. That one also out. 11-18. That one falls in for the Scorpions. 12-18. Now like a ghost in the night, out of the darkness.
That's me.
Brian's back on headset with us for 19-12. So to catch up, Brian, and catch up the fans at home, the freshman Bees team fell 2 games in the series to the Scorpions. But now it's back and forth between the Knights and the Scorpions, and the Knights have enjoyed at least a 5 to 6 point lead here in game 1. Off of points like that, where I don't know about this front line, the JV squad. They just got springs in their feet.
A little too much power there on that spike.
And we're going to have a timeout by the Scorpions coach as they gather themselves. We'll be back. We're Havasu Online TV.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
And we're back, 21-12, Knights in the lead. Over on the third.
Too powerful there again on that spike for the Scorpions.
A little more experience. She gets that one angled down. That's going to be a great shot.
It is.
22-12, Knights in the head by 10. I believe that one was officially called out.
A couple substitutions. Well, one substitution or a couple for the Scorpions coming in. I can count. It's just been a long day.
2, 4, 6. 2 substitutions, 5 going in a sub to serve for the Scorpions. Of course, she already subs in.
Scorpions with a little tip over the net, but the Knights able to respond.
Big rally, now on the third time. Knights in the net, though. Not a phrase you want to use in volleyball.
Right? I don't know. Can Scorpions even use the net? I mean, they're little tiny bugs.
Yeah, they got the big claws, you know, so.
True.
And right now, the Knights are putting the sting, or not the Knights, but the Scorpions are putting the sting on those shots, pulling it 22-15. Almost a hush seems to have fallen over the crowd as we're here for the junior varsity version of senior night. Interesting exchange there for the Knights on how they got it over, but it worked.
Knights able to get over in 3, and Scorpions hit it out of bounds.
Scorpions had to chase that ball down, weren't able to get it in. Knights now move up 23-15. Knights in good position here.
Little tip by the Scorpions. Knights able to respond.
Oh! A little miscommunication there, and immediately Coach White screams for substitutions.
Number 2 comes in for 6.
Almost seemed like the Knights were a little too tentative there.
Knights able to give over as the Scorpions able to respond.
The Knights win that battle at the net. Game point. Your favorite place to be.
Game point. The whole chicken caboodle.
On one serve. And that serve came with authority.
And that hit had some authority, just a little too much.
So the Knights win game 1 of the junior varsity match, 25-16. We'll be back with a message for our local sponsors for game 2. This is Brian, Sean, Julia, Drake, all from Havasu Online TV, live from the arena. It's senior night at Lake Havasu.
On the train test range, you learn what makes our heating and cooling systems so reliable. If there's a breaking point, we'll find it. It's hard to stop a train. Really hard. Train, the most reliable for a reason.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
So we're back at game 2, best of 3 series. Scorpions looking to avenge the loss of the first one.
Knights able to get the ball over. Scorpions trying to respond and do.
Scorpions showing they're here to play.
Just not enough oomph from that hit from the Knights.
Now, one thing I did notice when we were at commercial break, the Scorpions were charged up like they had won the last game. Very animated.
Out of bounds there again. Another point to the Scorpions.
Those are innocent points you hate to see given up.
Tip there by the Knights.
That one's going running, trying to pull it over. Not going to have enough power there.
Effort to try to get that ball over.
But now we see the Knights trailing 3-0 right out of the gate. Not where you like to see the home team.
A miscommunication there. Scorpions trying to get out to a quick lead here. Keep the air out of the Knights volleyball.
Exactly. I was going to say it was beginning to look like they found a kink in the armor because, hey, we do puns. But instead, turned around that the Knights had the number for the Scorpions on there, getting the ball back. Now the Knights need to dominate on their serve to reestablish control.
Out of bounds. Knights cut the lead in half.
Easiest way to make it go your way, let it go long.
Off the net, but out of bounds.
Out of bounds, and we do apologize for referee Roger Berger being in the way, blocking our view. We'll take it out of his pay later.
He doesn't get no pepperoni on his pizza.
No pepperoni on his pizza from Papa John's.
Into the net. Another point for the Scorpions.
What most of our fans don't know, it actually was Roger Berger that actually gave Havasu Online TV their first opportunity to start streaming these games. Back when he was athletics director.
Out of bounds and a timeout.
Timeout called. We'll be back as the Knights find themselves trailing 2-7 here at the arena. We'll be back. Havasu Online TV.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Occasion gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
Scorpions serving it to the Knights as we come out of the timeout. Good defense there by the Knights, even though they're not able to get the ball back over.
You know, and I was going to say, it came out that both teams came out charged from their conversations with their coaches. I don't think the icing did anything.
Serving it into the net. One thing you do not want to do in volleyball is hit that net with the ball.
No. Breaks the momentum. Very disheartening.
And it gives the other team a point. Scorpions able to get it over. Out of bounds, another point for the Knights.
That one almost ended up in the Scorpions bench.
For a minute there, I thought Sean was gonna have to dive and dig it out, but
We can make Sean do that. He's an intern.
it's true. A little confusion there by the Scorpions as they were not able to get the ball high enough over the net. So they decided to go under the net.
And now that changes it. Knights trailing now 5-4 or 5-9.
Battle there at the net, won by the Scorpions.
Now you saw her hit it, and then it just came right back into her hands.
Some substitutions going on.
Scorpions looking to extend their lead beyond half, behind double.
Nice defense by the Scorpions.
Just put it right down there at the net. Ted Smith cheering on, going, go Knights. Knights need to get the ball back here. JV action, only 2 out of 3. Knights trailing by 6. That ball's going to run away, make it trailing by 7.
Another serve by the Scorpions. Once again, able just to block the ball back over the net and getting that point.
And, you know, they go to hit it over, and she just appears out of nowhere and is up there for quite some time.
Short serve by the Scorpions, but Knights were not able to react in time.
No, that one deflected right off to the Knights bench.
14-5 in favor of the Scorpions as they serve it again to the Knights. Into the net.
Now, you and I have watched enough JV games. With a trailing by 10, is this where you call timeout again and try to get your team refocused?
I think you're pretty close. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see a timeout if the Scorpions score another point here. Into the net, so the Knights gain a point back.
Knights trailing by 9. You need to do a run here now. You need to chop away at this big tree that the Scorpions have built up. This wall of points.
Scorpions able to get the ball over.
Wonderful second and third effort there for the Scorpions to pull it out.
Knights able to get it over, but out of bounds.
Out of bounds.
Knights are trying to get the coach involved.
Well, Knights with such a good rally there. To see that one go long, very disheartening.
Scorpions with that 10-point lead, about to be 11.
Surprised though, didn't see the timeout as we talked about. If it goes over 10 by Coach White to call the timeout.
Knights able to get it over.
Knights, a great second effort there.
Cut the lead back down to 10. Substitution coming in for the Knights. They're both wearing black uniforms, so you're like, call a Knight a Scorpion a Knight.
We made that error plenty of times.
Service into the net, another point for the Scorpions.
That's what you don't want to see after getting it back after a strong rally like that, getting a point. Just to hand it back.
Knights get it over. Some playing around with the net there. Looks like it's point to the Knights.
Desperately needed by the Knights. Keeping it within 10. Every serve important.
Out of bounds, another point for the Knights.
The Knights now have closed it within half.
Kind of a line drive serve there by the Knights. But as long as it gets over the net, it's all good.
Exactly. Amazing second effort there.
Nice defense by the Knights.
And what you hear off to the side, that's the Desert Ed bench just roaring that it was 2 hits at the official.
Out of bounds. One of those line drive serves again. This time just couldn't keep it inside the court.
10-19.
Knights able to put it right in the middle of no man's land.
11-19. Looks like we have substitutions coming in for the Knights. The Knights have to dial it in here. They've got to chip away at this lead. If you just go point for point, the Knights will be done here in about 12 series. And that's how you have to do it.
Battle there at the net, won by the Knights.
And usually we see that. Usually we see the Knights as a strong, dominating net team. Serve to the middle of the court.
A little too strong there by the Scorpions. Timeout by the Scorpions.
Timeout by the Scorpions as they want to reevaluate what's going on. We're Havasu Online TV live from the arena. It's senior night, junior varsity action. We'll be back after these messages.
Introducing Papa Track from Papa John's. Now you'll never lose track of your order. From dough to delivery. And share one of our Pizza Cajun gifts to get 25% off. New Papa Track from Papa John's.
So we're back. Knights trail 13-19. Game 2, best 2-3 series. Scorpions winning the first one. Knights have to close this lead, or they're going home early.
Just tipped it right over that front line of the Knights. Just barely out of the reach of the defender.
You could have drawn a line exactly where that went right over the fingers. There was maybe an inch, from our vantage point. I mean, that was just perfect placement. The ladies went up, the ball went up with them.
Ball going off the net, but the Scorpions able to respond.
Not able to return, as the Lady Junior Varsity Knights are finding themselves in a position that is not where they want to be. 21-13, trailing by 8.
Out of bounds, another point for the Scorpions.
A little confusion even for both scorekeepers. We're trying to get an official ring, and the change is that.
Changing it, giving the point to the Knights. It looked like it was into the net. If it wasn't, I just sound really smart there. But anyways.
Yes, and you can see on your screen Coach Lee White in the kneeling position, getting very intent, as well as the other coach for the Scorpions.
Scorpions respond back.
Both these coaches so animated, I almost think if they could, they'd get out there and play with the ladies. But that's a good coach.
That's true. That's what you want to see from your coach. Out of bounds, another point for the Scorpions.
Now trailing by 9. Very close to being in game point area. Knights need to win it back here and go on a 13-point run.
Okay,
Try-
14-point run.
14-point run. Even the Scorpions were a little slow, waiting to see the reaction, whether or not that was in. Game point. Knights need to win it back and then run like there's no tomorrow. That serve's going to go backwards as the Knights fall in junior varsity action. 2 games to 0, 25-14. We thank you for joining us. This is Sean, Julia, Brian, myself. We'll be back here in a little bit with senior night as we honor our graduating seniors. We're Havasu Online TV. Thanks for joining us.